Here's something most people never think about. The settings your computer came with weren't chosen for you. Some of them slow you down, some of them quietly share your data, and some just interrupt you all day long. I set up computers professionally every single week, and here are just 5 simple settings I change on every machine before I hand them over. Alright, so most people won't know this, but Windows actually, by default, gives you ads. They don't call them ads, they call them recommendations or suggestions. But we all know what they are. They're ads and they're annoying. And we want to turn them off. So we're going to go to settings. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to system, notifications, scroll all the way down. You're going to have an option called additional settings. For me, I only have one thing that I can uncheck. Most people will have more than one. But whatever you have, uncheck it. And then we're going to go to privacy and security on the left pane. And then recommendations and offers. See, it's already annoying with this name, recommendations and offers. Nobody wants recommendations and offers. We're going to want to turn off all the recommendations and offers that they suggest that are already on. See, it comes on by default. We're going to want to turn them all off. And now your computer should be less annoying to use. All right, so by default, Windows sits in balanced power mode, which means it's often holding back performance even when your laptop is plugged into the wall. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into settings, then system, then power and battery, and then open power mode. If you sit at a desk and you're plugged in all the time, you don't have to leave it unbalanced. You can change it to best performance. But if you're on your battery all the time and you're not always plugged in, then change it to balanced. You could just keep it unbalanced if it's already configured that way. Another one, if you're already here on the same page, you can configure these settings over here, the screen, sleep, and hibernate timeouts. Basically, if you're not using your keyboard or your mouse for like 5 or 3 minutes, as it's already set for me, then your screen will time out. It'll go to sleep, it'll turn off. And that's a little bit annoying because then you have to sign back in all the time. So you can adjust it. You can do it, I think there's a never, yeah, you can adjust it for never, to never turn off. But yeah, you can adjust it to the way you want it. And another little bonus one here is if you're someone who uses a docking station like me, then you can choose this little setting over here that says closing the lid will make my PC do. And for most people, by default, it's set to shut down. What you're going to want to do is set it to do nothing. So this means whenever you close your lid, the computer won't turn off, which means that your computer is connected to an external monitor and it'll still show your computer while the lid is closed. If you've ever clicked a link and had it stubbornly open in Microsoft Edge, when you clearly installed Chrome or Firefox for a reason, this one's for you. Windows loves to push its own apps. Links open in Edge, searches get sent to Bing, PDFs open in Edge too, and it'll keep doing it no matter how many times you close it. So just by looking here at this link, we can tell that the Edge application is configured as its default application. So whenever you click on a link, it's going to open automatically in the Edge browser and not in Google Chrome or in Opera or in Firefox for that matter. In order to change that, we're going to have to go into settings, apps, default apps, and we're going to search for Chrome or Firefox or Opera. In my case, it's just Chrome because that's the only other one I have. And we're going to click Set Default. And now you can see over here, it's already changed to Google Chrome. So when I open it up, it will open up in Google Chrome and not in Edge. So it's not just web browsers. You can also go ahead and type in, for example, if you have Adobe Acrobat, you can make it the PDF default application instead of it opening up in Google Chrome or Edge. This one's about security. Windows hides file extensions by default. So a file called invoice.pdf might actually be invoice.pdf.exe, which is an executable file, a program pretending to be a document. That's exactly how a lot of scams work. So we're going to need to open File Explorer, click on these three dots over here, Options, go to View, and untick Hide Extensions for Known File Types. Click Apply. And while we're here, we're going to want to change the default page for when you open up File Explorer so it doesn't open up this Home tab, something that came with Windows 11, which is just a bit confusing. It's not really clean. It's kind of just kind of ugly, if you ask me. We're going to go to Options, and we're going to change this over here, Open File Explorer to, change it from Home to this PC. Apply, OK. Now when you open File Explorer again, it's going to open on this PC. See, it's a lot nicer, a lot cleaner than what you're used to on Windows 10. If you've watched my video on why computers get slow, then you know about startup programs. The link is below if you've missed it. But here's the setting people miss. Apps are running in the background even when you're not using them. It can be an app that you use once in a while, once a week, once a month. And you just don't want it running in the background all the time, which drains your computer's battery. To change that, we're going to have to go through Settings. We're going to go to Apps, Installed Apps. We're going to search for an app that you think is running in the background that you don't really use all the time. In my case, I will choose Power Automate, for example. We're going to go to these three dots on the right, Advanced Options, and we're going to search for something called Background Apps Permissions. It's right here on the top. For me, it's set to Always. I don't need it always running in the background. I can either choose Power Optimize Recommended over here. No, I'm just going to choose Never. I don't need it running in the background ever because I almost never use it. This will be less battery drain, less memory used, and a snappier machine. All right, so that's it. These are the 5 settings that I change on every computer. Obviously, there are way more, but these are 5 basic, very simple. If you haven't seen the video on the slow laptop, it's linked below. Check it out. The two go together perfectly. So yeah, subscribe for more. And tell me in the comments, what's the first thing that you would change on a new computer? I'm actually very curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.